Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Brenda's Musings. So today I'm going to talk to you about filling your own cup. I often say we need to fill our own cup before we can pour into others. And by that I mean sometimes we give of ourselves so much that at the end of the day there's nothing left for us. And I lived my life that way for many, many, many years, until I finally became smart enough to recognize that that wasn't healthy for me. So I would always do what other people wanted to do without always putting forth an idea of my own. And that might sound kind of weird, but what happens is you sort of begin to follow other people's lives instead of leading your own life, instead of living your own life. And it's one thing to do things with friends, which is fantastic and usually more fun than doing it on your own. But when you're doing constantly things that everybody else wants to do, and you're not taking any initiative, or you're not making any decisions, or what you end up finding is that over time you kind of lose a sense of yourself. You kind of lose a sense of what it is that you love to do. And, not all of your friends are going to want to do everything you want to do, which is fine. But you can still do it anyway. So if I want to go see a movie that nobody else wants to see, or maybe they've already all seen it or whatever, then I'll go on my own. If I decide that there's a band that I want to listen to and nobody else is really interested or available to go, then I'll go listen to them on my own. Because in doing so, it fulfills a part of me that, at that moment in time is important to have fueled. And, doing art with friends is much more fun. But not everybody's available to do art when I want to do art. And so I just do it on my own. Or I'll do part of it on my own. Or, I'll hook up with somebody later after I've, done some art, because that's what's important to me for that particular day. So, there's all kinds of different ways in which we can sort of do our own thing and still, feel that we have fueled ourselves. I know that all sounds kind of weird and esoteric, maybe I'm not being clear, but for those of us who spent so much of our lives either trying to keep the peace or just sort of, going along with others because, we thought to ourselves, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Yeah, that sounds like fun. And it might have all been fun. But there comes a point when you stop having fun and you're just sort of going with the flow. And maybe that's because you don't want to rock the boat, or maybe that's because you don't even realize what's happened. But when you start to notice that pattern, take stock and, say, what is it that I really want to do right now? And then do it. Do it by yourself. Do it with one other friend. Do it with a dozen other friends. Doesn't matter. But do it because you want to do it. Do it because it brings you life. You can feel that life force within you. And that's the most important thing, right? Because that tells you, when you can feel that energy and that excitement, that tells you that you are alive. That tells you that you are pouring into your own cup. And that is so important, because you can't pour into other people when you are feeling depleted and empty. That's my musing. Have a great one, everyone.